Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the 10 Minute Marvel Podcast. This week, Greg and I are going to be going over our highlights for 2025 in the MCU. We did rankings last week. This week it's more pulling out those specific moments across the whole MCU or Marvel in general that we liked from the year. And of course, some news and rumors. I will just say up front here, we are not covering the leaked trailer, the alleged leaked trailer. I suspect that it is a real trailer, but until Marvel officially releases it, we aren't going to be talking about it. So just be aware of that. And in the comment section over on YouTube with this, please don't spoil anything for others who are waiting to find out and see it released through official channels. In fact, I will just block the comments if somebody does that. So, with all of that out of the way, I'm Petter, Greg's favorite part of all the Marvel stuff this year. And I gave away his name in my introduction, my co-host.
It's me, everybody. The real highlight of the week that you look forward to. It's my voice. It's me. We're back. And honestly, Peter, I probably would have left that whole thing about the teaser until the very end because I don't know if anybody's going to listen anymore because this is like the hot news. We still got more fun stuff, so stay tuned, everybody, obviously. But I might have
Yep.
waited till the end because I'm hearing some crickets maybe right now.
No, I did think it was interesting. Eric Voss hopped on a short little 30-minute live stream to basically talk about this is what we've heard rumors wise about potential trailers and kind of what we actually know, but didn't talk about the potential leaked trailer at all
Yeah.
during that, but just trying to get ahead of it. And honestly, it's more fun and exciting to me when you can be part of kind of when Marvel releases it and sees it that way versus tracking it down. I mean, it wasn't that hard to track down, but finding it some other way.
Yeah, I I agree. And I'm gonna get to the intro part in just a second, but since we're on topic here,
Yes.
uh, I appreciate that they were doing that. Screen Crush did kind of talk a little bit about it if I recall, but I did watch it, and I don't know, I thought about it, and I was like, do I want to see this? And I typically don't, but for some reason, I'm like, yeah, I don't care. I'm because I don't. I'm like, am I going to go to see to Avatar? No, I don't plan on it. It could be great. I don't know. And I guess maybe I will if I hear it's an amazing thing, but I'm not going to go to catch these trailers. So I'm like, I'll just kind of check out that teaser. So I may have hunted that down and yes, may I watch it. So I can't wait to talk about it when we do.
Yes. I'm excited to talk about it based off of, like I said, I haven't seen anything with it yet, but still, it's a Marvel trailer and they're always fun. So,
I we have to get out of this conversation because I'm
yep,
like
we're out of
trying
this.
I'm trying not to say any sort of
Yep.
thoughts about it. So
Yep.
thank you everybody for for joining us again. It's Greg and it's Petter, of course, with me. And if you're looking for ways to support us, you can find us on our YouTube channel, search 10 Minute Marvel. Give us a like and thumb, smash that subscribe button. Find and follow us on Facebook and that other thing with an X. Hashtag 10 Min Marvel there. And of course, you can leave a rating and review wherever you get your friendly neighborhood podcast from. Petter, you little tease you. What are we doing first?
We're gonna kick it off with rumors. First two rumors we have are gonna be about Spider-Man Brand New Day. Oh, yes, it is. So the first one is that the Hand are going to be in Spider-Man Brand New Day. So
I,
another gang.
I can't. This movie has got, I'm getting to the point where I'm like, I think you got enough. Like,
Hmm.
it's too much. But if the hand is in there, that makes sense maybe for some Daredevil action, if that
Well,
ever.
I haven't heard any Daredevil rumors really recently, but there is kind of there's the Mr. Negative side of things. There's the Hand, Tombstone, why I'm blanking
Scorpion.
on Scorpion. Like
Yes.
it's all, yeah, it's all potentially very street level, like gang focused. And so I look at the different gangs at play, Scorpions, Tombstones, The Hand, and I'm like, well, all of those can be in a film like this because you don't need to spend a ton of time on them. They're the background conflicts that are happening that's hiding the real villain behind it. So like it's Mr. Negative getting all the gangs to go to war against each other, and that gang war is the backdrop to the story, which means sure you can have the Hand in there in comic accurate outfits because we're not really going to spend much time with them. They're just going to be one of the groups.
I would agree. It's gonna be in passing, like sort of thing where it's they drop the name, but it's not a lot on. We're not seeing a what's her name, Madam, whatever from the
Madam
Hand.
Hydra, or
It's
Viper,
yeah,
um,
whatever. And you didn't see Daredevil.
Madam
The
Mask.
Yeah, maybe that's who it is. No, it's not Madam Mask.
There's several different
She was in
ones
the
depending
Hand.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think it's just gonna be sort of like what they did with the Ten Rings
Hmm.
and Iron Man 3, 2, 3.
Three.
And I guess they hinted at, yeah. So, but at the same time, I'm thinking, wow, it is, I don't know, this is in the rumor section. So
Yeah.
I just don't know how much more you can pack into this and people will be able to know what's going on
Yeah, and
or
well,
catch the
that's where.
references.
Mhm. But I think that that's decent storytelling still because, like, okay, I'm gonna catch the reference that, oh, that's the Hand, that's this gang, that's this other gang. They're all from the comics. For somebody who's just watching it because it's a Spider-Man film and they watch every Spider-Man film, or because it's an MCU film and they watch every MCU film, they're gonna be like, oh, there's some gangs fighting. They won't care what gangs they are, really. They're going to be like, oh, there's Scorpion.
Hmm.
Um, like that's a cool member of a gang because he has a suit and powers. Oh, there's Tombstone because he has powers. Everybody
Sure.
else is going to kind of just fade into the back.
Possible.
Others,
I agree.
yeah, other Spider-Man rumor. This one from Daniel RPK that Spider-Man and Punisher are going to team up to fight Hulk, but to fight the Gray Hulk versus the standard Incredible Hulk look that we've had.
Hmm. What do you know about the Gray Hulk?
He's gray. Um,
What
besides
color
that,
is the Gray Hulk? Because
so besides that, not
I
a
don't know much
ton.
about him. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's where people are turning off the the podcast. These guys don't know. Okay. Um.
he's so it still is, I believe, it's Banner, but this Hulk as the Gray Hulk is now kind of more of a Hulk that's turned to the bad side. He's more of like a mob enforcer. Um,
Uh.
the alias that he goes by is like Joe Fix It. So when you need somebody fixed real good, you call in Gray Hulk, which it would make sense then. Like maybe the play is that Mr. Negative with his powers gets to Hulk
That makes some sense.
and turns him, and that's why Punisher is fighting him, and that's why Spider-Man joins in.
Does he turn gray instead of green?
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, obviously, I'm just wondering, like, how does that happen? I'd
And
be curious to see how they do that. You
yeah,
know.
and I think the Mr. Negative and his ability to change people is like that is a nice little linchpin to fill that gap. Um, so
Ugh.
combination news and rumors here. Ryan Coogler has said that Black Panther 3 is the next film that he's working on. And the rumor piece of it is that Black Panther 3 is going to be released in 2028.
Hmm. That's early, hopefully early 2028. Are they gonna start shooting this summer? That'd be awesome. I don't
I
know.
would think that they film, no, if it's early 2028, you start filming early 2027, maybe late 2026. That's
Yeah,
over
I'm
a
sorry.
year.
Yeah, well, yeah. Sorry, I'm
hmm
in my timeline. Never mind.
Yep. Yeah, we went back to Greg timeline there. I could see it happening.
Uh,
So
in real time. Yeah.
yeah. Uh
So many bad jokes.
yep. So
Okay. You
I
gotta have to go back a few podcasts to catch why that is sort of
yeah.
funny.
Yeah. Quite a few. I
Yeah.
think from the
Good.
original time we did this.
Yeah, could have been. Yeah.
So I think with this, it it makes sense. Black Panther is kind of one of your big pillar characters that you still have going on right now. So do that. The question is, do you do that as the film after Secret Wars, or do you immediately do a mutant X-Men film? And this would then fit that slot for like a November release or something like that.
I don't it seems weird that I feel like they want to go into X-Men. I feel like that's the
Mhm.
where they want to jump to. So it would have to be, I would assume it's not going to be before, is it?
Yeah.
Before Secret Wars?
No, it's not going to be
It
before
can't be
Secret
before
Wars.
that.
That was
Uh
2027
27.
release. Yeah,
So I don't know. Yeah, I would think that you're going to be a movie or two in.
right. Probably just a movie in, probably a big X-Men summer release, spring, late spring, early summer release. And then, yeah, like I was saying, that November release kind of window for a Black Panther 3.
Hmm. That's a long time. A long time for
It
that
is,
nugget of awesomeness, which it probably will be because
yeah,
I
I mean,
enjoyed those.
Ryan Coogler puts out a consistent product. It doesn't always hit perfectly, but it is very consistent, like storytelling across both of them
Hmm.
and world building across both of them. So I like it.
I hope that they do let him do his thing. I,
hmm
because I kind of feel like the whole Ironheart thing was kind of shoved up upon him. I
I
don't know if that's
I'm not
true.
sure about that. It feels I think he talked about wanting to use Ironheart.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. And yeah, it's one of those things. Had Ironheart come out when it was supposed to, it would have been out before it.
Yeah. I also think they had to redo some.
Oh, they
I'm
definitely
sure.
had to
Yeah.
redo some of Ironheart,
I mean,
like
to an
just
extent
opening
that,
scene.
yeah. So maybe my comment isn't fair about that.
Oh, I mean, it's not great use of Ironheart. Like she's a MacGuffin, and it's a shame that that's how we met her. Um,
Right. Yeah. Whether I guess my comment about
it being
Marvel
forced upon
pushing,
him.
yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know if that maybe is not
yeah.
fair or accurate.
Yeah. So then we have two pieces of news. The first really ties into what we were talking about at the top with the Doomsday trailers, plural. So we were hoping that this week we would get that first or get the first teaser trailer. There have been some rumors that it was going to be coming out this past Thursday, but that didn't happen. And then the Hollywood Reporter came out and was like, no, there's not going to be a first trailer, there's going to be a first four trailers. And it's going to run for 1 week each in front of
Avatar,
Avatar Fire and Ash and Fire.
glass and I don't know,
hmm
plastic. I don't know what it
Yeah. Pumice and lava.
is. Sure. Granite
Avatar.
and
Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme.
oh, I
We're
just
getting
made some
close to
soup.
that.
Yeah. No, can you smell it? I just made some soup. That's true.
So the rumors are that the first three trailers are all going to be kind of character specific to different characters within the MCU. And then the fourth one is going to be a trailer that brings it all kind of together and gives us our first, probably true trailer for the product. Greg isn't going to say anything because he's going to be so tempted to comment and spoil stuff.
Mm,
And we're going to move on to the next topic.
I've signed contracts, people. I can't.
Yeah, well, Marvel is going around, but I've seen now that they're going around making sure everything is getting taken down for this.
So then
Obviously,
that is legitimizing probably what
yes.
was, and I think the time matched up to or something like that,
Yeah,
which was
it
being
was very
confirmed.
close. Yeah.
Um, I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah.
What if they don't release it? Like because every week it'll be a new one.
The
Um,
the issue is once it actually gets into theaters and it is screening in front of audiences, if they don't release it, they're going to have hundreds, if not thousands, of people filming it
Right.
and releasing it. So the game of whack-a-mole becomes impossible. The game of whack-a-mole right now seems to have started because a theater employee at some location, as they were testing stuff out, whatever it was, recorded it and put it up. That's a single point of a leak. Obviously, once it's on the internet, it's harder to, but when you have 1,000, 10,000 points of leak that you would have within a day of Avatar being out,
Mhm.
then there's no there's no way to stop it at that point. There's no way to slow it down or try and control it enough.
Right. It's really, so you probably should watch your back then, better. I'm just saying because I know you quit your job recently at the other movie theater that you're working at. So
Hmm.
just
Yeah.
word of the wise. I'm just looking out for you.
Yep. Yep. A person
Friend to
who
friend.
hasn't seen the leak.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
off microphone. You
Yeah.
said something else, but whatever.
So, other piece of news, Paul Bettany in an interview seems to indicate that he's likely going to be in Secret Wars. The quote is talking about next year. I think I've got some Avengers duties next year. It would make sense.
Subtle.
Yeah, super subtle. It would make sense. There's been a rumor going around that Vision Quest is going to like lead into Secret Wars. I don't think that that's particularly true. I think it's probably more likely that actually the rumor might even say Doomsday, if I remember correctly. I think it's more likely that it's going to put Vision in a position, aka he's not going to be White Vision anymore, or at least not operating as White Vision was, and he'll be ready to join the fight again. Which, sure, that sets up Doomsday Endgame, not really story-wise, but that a character could be back. Also, I said Endgame, I meant Secret Wars.
I was stuck on where, he's obviously he's a part of the Avengers.
Mhm.
In the actual like Secret War story, though, I don't remember him being a large player in it. Am I
No,
remembering incorrectly?
no, he definitely wasn't. I would say just more so that this is probably one of those we're going to get everybody back, and it's going to be a variance, but from what was in the comics to what we're doing here,
Sure.
because we don't have the full cast of characters just fully available to us right now.
Yeah,
We're not going to introduce 60 characters.
I don't expect like page for page like things happening
Yeah.
from Secret Wars, but I was just like, eh, he's his comments sounds like right. He's going to be in Secret Wars. Um, I'm just thinking like the importance of that. Is there some sort
Mhm.
of importance to it other than just him being in it? I couldn't. I'm like, well, am I misremembering the story? Because I don't remember Vision being a big thing about it. So, okay,
Yeah,
all good.
I think that there's going to be enough differences that sure he could play a big part, but also does Vision need to be a big part of this? Probably not.
Yeah. D- When you said differences, I'm like, it's going to be tough to get through this podcast without like saying something
Yeah, let's
unintentionally, but not. Anyways, it's yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Anywho, what
On
else we
to
got?
on to the main topic. So
Don't
our
let me. By the way, don't let me
highlights.
do this again. Tell me next time not to watch the teaser because
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a hard time keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, so I have six different things down on a list, I believe. Yeah, six different things on a list that were kind of highlights for me from Marvel this past year.
Okay. I got some. I kind of categorize them in two separate
Buckets.
categories.
Yep.
Um, Off stage and on camera. So that's how
Yep.
I did it.
Well, one of mine is even related to this podcast.
Oh,
So
really?
why don't
Okay.
I kick that off? Like I
Please
had
do.
a lot of fun when we did our ranking and we had Ryan on with us because it was fun to have a third voice for that.
Hmm.
And like you've already reacted to how I rank the Captain America films.
Right.
So
It is fun to
yeah.
have somebody else come in and chime in because
Yeah. It's a different perspective. Obviously, we talk through a lot of stuff. I put lots of effort into convincing you to place stuff in the right spot. No, um, not really. But it's nice to have that extra voice on there because there's just more talking points.
Oh, hands down. Like, and Ryan is he's more versed in comics than I am, and so that's always helpful. And he's got a good perspective. He looks at it through a wise, I guess, lens.
Hmm.
Wise, not
And
wide. Oh, I guess
yeah,
wide too. Sure.
yeah. And it's fun too because, like us, I think in a lot of ways, he just loves Marvel stuff. Like, he's maybe more positive on a bunch of Marvel stuff than I am. And
Mm,
I tend to be pretty positive on most Marvel things
yeah,
just because they're so much fun. And so yeah, it's just fun to geek and nerd out about it.
agreed. I'm looking forward to when he comes back on.
Yeah. So, Greg, what's one you have on your list?
So something that are just not like they're not so much as my like that was amazing. I just kind of thought of it as a highlight in general for
Yeah.
Marvel. So I'll just kind of knock a couple out because since I have a few more than you do here, but like the chairs was a kind of a big thing, I thought.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, and I'll talk about that more coming up here
okay.
because that's one of my things, and I experienced it in a different way than you did.
Yeah. Which you loved. So, and I was like, man, that would have, I don't know if I could have sat through that. So, regardless, it was kind of a big, like, it was a cool event, I guess, in a way, or a cool thing. It got some hype going and it just kind of got me excited again. And I thought that was a unique way to to
Yes.
to do this. Um, not for the impatient, I'll say it that way as well. Um,
So true.
and then I guess the other kind of highlight I'll mention is the saying goodbye to COVID on the in relation to Marvel. Like I feel like we're kind of past
Yeah.
that point now where they're they have showrunners. They're kind of in a redirect mode here where they're trying to make some changes on how they do things and produce things and put things out. And all those projects that had struggles through COVID are now in the past. I don't think there's
Hmm.
any more in their pocket. So that was a highlight that I considered.
Yeah. No, that definitely is, like, it's weird to say, but it is a highlight.
Is COVID in our past finally? Like officially?
I
No.
mean, depends on what you mean by that.
Yeah, right. I know. So,
Yeah, I like that one. Those are a couple fun ones. And I know there's the numbers for like Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four first steps were not maybe as crazy as people had hoped or stuff like that, especially for Fantastic Four. At least the general populace assumed that it was going to be. Or I won't even say the general populace, the people who are looking to naysay on box office and Marvel stuff are quick to speak out about it. Marvel considered it a success, and it's still a phenomenal film. Whether or not you saw it doesn't change the fact that that's such a good film. And I want to kind of hop into then kind of like, okay, yeah, this is kind of Marvel getting back to its roots of like just really great filmmaking, storytelling, and one of my favorite scenes, like the scene that gives me goosebumps every time in that film. And I'm pulling this one just specifically out of Fantastic Four. I could say Fantastic Four was great as a whole, but I want to kind of talk about some specifics. Is when Shia LaBeouf flies in, knocks Johnny out of the way to be able to save Johnny basically from having to go to the far ends of the universe with Galactus and sacrifices herself to make up for what she's done.
mm,
It's just that is such a good scene, and going to see it in theaters a second time with my wife after we had seen it. Like when we saw it, it just came out of nowhere so much, and it was just this. Like I knew the Silver Surfer was coming back at some point in time, but such a good punchy moment for that, and even
mm.
knowing it was coming, it was still such a good moment.
When I first saw it with you, it took me actually really by surprise.
Yeah.
I, and then when I saw it the second time, like, oh, duh, why would that? Of course, you know. But like I was so in the moment in that first showing that it surprised me, and it was
Yep.
cool. It was a nice, not
It,
twist, but a nice turn of
mhm.
events, I guess. So,
It's so much fun when a film can surprise you like that and just be like,
mhm.
wait, I didn't think that was going to happen.
Yeah, yep. Uh, I will. I was gonna piggyback on that. A highlight for me. You were talking about kind of a specific moment in that film. I'm gonna go to a specific moment in Daredevil.
Hmm.
Um, I think probably one of the highlights for me in that show and just for the year is the conversation that Matt and Frank Castle or the Punisher
Hmm.
have around Foggy.
Yeah.
So now did this come out? I'm not mistaking this falling into 2024, am I? This came
No,
out.
this came
Okay.
out this year.
Okay. Good. I think I did that last year, right? I chose
There
something
was
that wasn't,
something, yeah.
yeah. But that the conversation was, it's two really good actors being in their role, being in that moment, and the film capturing it, or like the camera capturing it beautifully. And the amount of emotion that went into that scene, I felt like just seeing Matt in tears, just because of Foggy, his best friend dying, and Frank really trying to like work it out of him almost to just have him
Yeah.
admit it was. I mean, that's the kind of like grit that I really appreciate watching, whether it's Marvel or not. Like I felt it. So big highlight for me on that one.
Yep, I'm with you. That was a good scene. That wasn't I don't have anything specifically from Daredevil Born Again. There are definitely some good moments in there. Nothing stood out to me quite as much as that did for you.
Hmm.
Um, so this one again, it's gonna be something that's a little bit out of left field for most people, but uh Marvel Comics did a run of variant covers with Peach Momoko artwork where it was all different characters kimono covers, basically, is what they did. Peach Momoko is a Japanese cover artist. She also has done she did Ultimate X-Men run too. So really tying it into Japanese heritage and things like that. And they were just absolutely stunning covers. So that was just one of the cool things Marvel released this year on the comic side. Not particular comic story, but just the different covers across
Hmm.
a whole bunch of different ones.
Did you pick any of those up?
I did. I picked up quite a number of them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Of
they've been on some videos in the past when I was talking about comics coming into the collection, things like that.
Yeah. I think is that when you were doing, I think Wanda, like you did something with Wanda, I thought. You had a
Yeah,
Wanda cover and
yeah. I've gotten yeah, there was a Wanda one, there was a Storm one, can't remember if it was Psylocke, a number of different characters.
yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna go back and watch it. Try and find that. Um, let's see. Couple other highlights for me. I'm gonna say, just in general, the we kind of touched on it already. Quality over quantity. I like that they're kind of moving that direction. And this is kind of totally unrelated, but and this is in my off camera or off stage section is the news about Kristen Ritter returning. I thought was kind of a
Yeah.
highlight as well. I think it's I don't know. I was looking forward to her coming back and seeing what they're going to do with her. So nothing specific about it other than just excited to have Kristen Ritter return and
Hmm.
to see what they do with her. So
Yeah. I just put down another one as you were talking because they popped to my head.
cheater.
But this one is specific for acting. Uh, Dominic Thorne's performance as Riri Williams
Yeah.
was a standout. In particular, just the interactions with her and Natalie and the the struggle and panic that she portrays when things start to go sideways. Just
Hmm.
such a well done performance that you don't consistently get that level of emotionality in Marvel projects. I think the best ones do have characters hit those really low points if they're not some big grandiose action thing or big grandiose culmination to a story. So to have that performance in something that honestly my expectations were fairly low on was like just the difference between what I thought the show potentially could be, considering how much it had been delayed, and then that Dynamite performance was Jeff's kiss.
Mm. I yeah, I agree. I think I was pleasantly surprised by Ironheart, and I'm surprised that it kind of got the rough release that it did. But
Hmm.
I know that there's probably plenty as to why and
I mean,
timing and
this
COVID.
honestly has a little bit of the COVID thing
Right.
to it, and I think that I think that when they knew they wanted to use Riri in Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, that then became let's delay this so that we can introduce her there. It's like more seamless of a way
Yeah.
to do it. So,
Yeah. Um, I almost feel like Dominic Thorne's performances were great. I think they were highly enhanced by the Natalie character.
yes.
They had a really good dynamic going on between them, and
Hmm.
that actress, I can't remember her name, um, but and I believe she was also in the This Is Us TV show, which was another great and drama series. Yeah, she really
Lyric
just
Ross.
thank you. She did an amazing job, and it's a lot of people didn't like that she was an AI, and it seemed, they were a little bit iffy about it, but I really found that it didn't matter. Like I just didn't care that she was an AI. I was more consumed by their relationship and the bond and the interaction between them that I just didn't care about
Yep.
the AI aspect of it, right? Which I think
Yep.
maybe normally might have bothered me. It could have bothered me more if I hadn't felt like those two belonged in the same room together, right? So,
Hmm.
um, yeah,
Yeah, I
it
mean,
shows.
I think it was a smart way to handle AI
Hmm.
in this case. And like, obviously, Marvel's AI is different than the AI we have,
You're right.
thankfully.
Far beyond what we have.
Yep.
So,
What else do you have on yours?
oh, let's see. Highlight for me, and I've said this probably a few times, so I don't want to dwell on it too long, is the Fantastic Four Franklin Richards birthing scene is
Yep.
something that was one of the first things I wrote down because it was pretty special. So, and I've already
Hmm.
talked about it, so go back to each episode, take a
Yeah, I
listen.
mean, literally last episode you talked about it, but
Yeah,
so
exactly. So,
yeah,
no need to
no.
beat that horse.
Hmm. Um, what about Bob? Bob is on my list.
I did like Bob. Yep.
Hmm. That's it's such a good performance. And then in particular, I was talking like I jotted down with Lewis Pullman's performance as Bob, the kind of introduction to everything where he's this goofy, happy-go-lucky character who just wakes up in a bunker that's going to be incinerated. It's
He takes it so well.
yeah, he takes it so incredibly well, and it's such an introduction to a character, and it sets up like the complexity of that character because it's such an unnatural reaction.
Hmm.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
I wonder what, this is where this is a what if moment. If Stephen Yeun had taken that role, I just
Mhm.
wonder what it would have been like. Would it
Yeah.
have landed the same? I don't know. It
I almost feel like the character Aoi's would have been more serious if Stephen Yeun had done it. I think Lewis
maybe,
Pullman just pulled off that comedy so well, but
yeah,
I
it's
mean,
kind of the duh like part of it.
yeah.
Like yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
that
know.
duh part, I don't like with what I've seen Stephen Yeun in, like, I'm not sure.
Did you see him in Beef?
No.
It's he's not that way in Beef, but like I'm kind of imagining a little bit of that character in him. But I've seen Lewis Pullman in Outer Range, that show, which I thought was pretty. It's actually really fun to watch. And he's not that way in there either. He's more
Hmm.
cowboy serious,
Yeah.
and does a great job with that too. So it's credit to him to pull off this kind of unique character.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was just one of the the standout things to me from that film. There are other actors I can mention too, in particular Florence Pugh. That
Hmm.
film was so good, but
Yeah,
wanted to call out Bob.
love it. All right. I'm I think this is kind of my that's not my big one, but I'm just gonna say it was one I was kind of excited about. It's not everybody was gonna be excited about this one. Some people didn't feel like it didn't play out like they wanted it to, but
Yep.
uh Mephisto confirmed. That's that's
Yes.
a so Mephisto was I think some people felt like it was kind of ruined a little bit because we found it we kind of knew about it. It wasn't so
Yeah.
much of a secret, Sacha Baron Cohen, I think was perfect. I think
Yep.
it was because he did so well, it made me not so much care about, yeah, I knew it was coming. You know, we kind of had that already unveiled, but yeah, he brought it home, I thought, on that one. And I'm
Hmm.
excited. I really am excited to see him back in that role, and I hope he is. I hope they do something with him, and I hope I get more of him because he plays it really well.
Yeah. He and I did see a rumor pop up for Mephisto as the first villain for like a Midnight Suns team.
Mm,
And I think that would be perfect for him. And I think there could be a real interesting interplay where he almost is the person who commissions the group to get together to go after some target that he can't get to. And so he's manipulating each of them separately, kind of doing his Mephisto thing to try and broker a deal with each of them on the team to be able to control them to get what he wants. And eventually they're going to realize, like, oh, this other quote unquote bad guy isn't actually the bad guy we should be worried about. It's the person who gave us the job.
hmm. Yeah. Mephisto doing Mephisto.
Yes. So I have two left on my list. The first is something that I don't love to do, which is just simply put a hole of something on the list. But Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man just surprised me with how good it was, how it handled so many different characters from Pearl, who's Wave, to having Unicorn, Chameleon, Doc Ock, an Osborn we haven't seen played that way before, and Norman, Harry, Nico. Um, I'm sure I'm missing
Doctor Strange.
Scorpion. Yeah, Doctor Strange, Scorpion, Amadeus Cho. Um,
Wave?
yeah, that was Pearl.
That's
I
Pearl,
mentioned
right?
Falco, Jean Falco in there. Like there's Daredevil is in there. Like it's so many different characters and it tells an awesome story and such an emotional one with Tombstone in there and then just Peter's trying to figure out can he do this all alone or does he need to bring his friends in to it. The reveal at the end, like his dad's still alive in prison for who knows what reason, just has me so excited for more of it because it was such a home run
Hmm.
of unexpected show.
I will piggyback now on this one. And I actually was saying the one of the highlights I
Exact
felt like,
opposite. No.
yes. No, it was the announcement of season two.
Yeah. Like the
Was what I
immediate
wrote.
announcements,
Yeah.
the reveal of that artwork for like immediate reveal of artwork for Gwen Stacy.
Hmm. Yeah. I thought that was for me, I was a lot more excited. If you would have told me that prior to seeing it, I'd been like, "Oh, okay, well, let's see how the season goes." But obviously watching it and same feelings as you had. A lot of great stuff. The way they pulled it off was really well done. And I'm excited for another season. So
Yep.
um I guess my final one that's worth mentioning would probably have to go to Doom at the end of Fantastic Four. Spoiler alert.
It's
It's too
been long
late though.
enough.
It's been long enough. Um, I think, it was kind of expected, but I thought it was a pretty big highlight. Like it's like, okay, here we go. It was the thing we wanted.
Yep.
It was a nice little hint,
Yep.
and it just kind of kicked it off.
Yeah, like I kind of expected Doom in the end credits, but I didn't necessarily expect they would actually have Doom in the Fantastic Four universe in the Baxter building,
With
like
Franklin.
with Franklin. Like I thought, okay, maybe we'll go to Latveria, maybe we'll see him sit down at like the as part of the Future Foundation since we saw the Latveria placard there, something like
Right.
that to start to set it up. But that was a big setup.
Yeah. Yep. I got nothing more to say on that. It was just that was exciting to me.
Yep. Then for me, the final one, and I said I was going to talk about it more, is the chairs, just because my experience was different than Greg's. Like, Greg's experience for the chairs was me texting him every 12 minutes or whatever it was when a
Uh,
new name came out.
I was at
And
work.
yeah, I was able to have it on in the background. Not only did I have it on, New Rockstar's Break Room went live once they figured out, oh, this could go on for a while. And so it was fun being like, it's one of those moments where as something's being revealed, you feel like you're part of a larger kind of audience. I was sharing it with Greg, I was sharing it with my wife, I was sharing it with Ryan and some other people on Discord. Um, so every time something new came up, I would drop the name in like four different spots to be able to share it with that, as well as then be listening to the conversations on the break room. It just feels like you're part of something bigger in that moment. And
Mhm.
Marvel, Marvel wasn't at Comic-Con. Marvel didn't have anything at Destination D23. New York City Comic Con didn't really give us much of anything. Well, it gave us some Wonder Man stuff. Like, that's the biggest thing that we've gotten from any of the expected places. And so to have Marvel just really give us something different for promotional stuff, and in some ways they're doing it again with this new trailer setup. It's just feels a little bit more restrictive and weird. So we'll have to see when it actually rolls out how it is.
Mhm.
But yeah, I had so much fun just listening to the conversation. I was doing lots of other stuff during that time. It was over the lunch hour that it continued to run. So I made lunch. I knew I had 12 minutes between stuff. I think went and made grilled cheese. I had enough time
He
for
did
it.
laundry. He
Yep.
raked his yard. I don't know.
It was weird because it was the middle of summer, so it really wasn't much
I
of anything to
I
rake.
was going to question the same thing. I don't really know why you rake your yard in the summertime, but
Yeah.
you do
But
you.
yeah, it's what Marvel needs in some ways more of. Obviously, they need the quality of their products to be top notch. And this year demonstrated that, yeah, Marvel can absolutely still do that because the majority of things were very good quality to better or
Hmm.
to great. So to have some of these kind of viral moments, if Marvel can find some good people to create more of them, doesn't have to be 4 hours or whatever it was with the chairs, but do better than the what was it, USA to or not USA Today, CBS's or no
Oh,
ABC's morning news
it was so bad.
trailer, like
Oh,
interview and trailer thing. The idea of the trailer being launched like from the museum with the cast there and a bunch of fans. That's cool. That's solid marketing. That interview was horrible.
yeah. It was like they pulled some poor couple reporters that have no interest in Marvel whatsoever,
Yeah.
and there was nothing prepared for them. I
Well, there
keep thinking
was
like,
something prepared, but it was like the writers who prepared the questions for them, like tried to sculpt such softball questions that it was like the actors didn't have a chance to actually interact with the question
yeah.
or like say anything interesting.
Well, that's right, because it wasn't like the whole timing of it just like completely off, and all of a sudden they had to do this countdown or something, and
Yeah,
and it was really awkward. I think Vanessa Kirby was like like she's pregnant or like
Yes.
probably like first trimester, maybe second, I don't know.
I would
But
say late second trimester, maybe.
so she's feeling great, I bet. You know, everybody looks like they just woke up because it literally was like 7 in the morning, and I'm pretty sure it
Yeah. It
was
was
that
on the East Coast, so it was 8 in the morning there or something like that. Or I think it was 8 here, 9 there, whatever
uh,
it was. It was early. Obviously, if it's 9 there, they were getting makeup done and
yeah. They had to be there probably like at
yeah.
5:30 in the morning or something.
Yeah.
And so I don't know.
Yeah.
It was a dud of of a
Yep.
marketing. I mean,
It was and wasn't because it
right.
did get people excited for it. People were excited for that trailer. It was a good way to make it something a little bit bigger than just like a Super Bowl release of a trailer or something like that.
Yeah.
But the execution of the actual event was not there.
Right.
So there we have our list of things. And honestly, there's a lot of good stuff. There's a lot of stuff that we didn't talk about. Like, I mean, Fisk's, Vincent D'Onofrio's performance as Fisk in Born Again, I thought was phenomenal.
We got to see a Red Hulk.
Yeah, we
Woo!
got to see Red Hulk.
Galactus was amazing.
Yeah, I probably would have actually have mentioned Carl Lumley over the Red Hulk.
I would
Red
agree.
Hulk was lacking in like kind of the excitement for it.
Yeah.
But next week is going to be the final podcast of 2025. Don't worry, that pause is going to be way shorter in the actual podcast. But we're going to be looking ahead to what's coming out in 2026. So 2026 has confirmed 2 animated shows, 3 live action shows, and 2 movies. And we're going to be ranking all of those kind of on our anticipation meter. So join us for that to wrap up the year. I suspect we'll also be talking about the first trailer for Doomsday. Like I think we were talking about, there's no way that Marvel's really gonna not be able to release it kind of at the same time. I'm sure that it will go out on kind of the preview stuff for Avatar, like preview night. So Thursday night it will be tied with that, and then like Friday morning it will drop online. That's my guess, anyways.
Yep.
So if that happens, we'll talk about that. Maybe speculate on the parts to come for that as well. But with that, thank you so much for listening. Hopefully, you didn't leave the podcast in the first minute, like Greg said you would. We appreciate everybody who has stuck around and who's listening to the podcast. It's always so much fun to talk Marvel stuff. Greg gave a few ways you can help support the podcast at the beginning. We also have a Patreon, patreon.com/nerdologists. The funds go to help improve the quality of this podcast, as well as the Molson Equals YouTube channel, the 10-Minute Marvel YouTube channel, and nerdologist.com website. But with that, we'll see you next time.
Thanks for sticking around. Bam.